What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's IP for my kids, IRL here. So, this is it. You actually won't see this video for a while, and that's because I'm gonna make this all together, and I'm gonna make a movie. Basically just a combination of all the videos throughout season 4. So, basically, we're in this season 4 right here, and this is a spicy season. Things are, as you guys can tell, I've got red, blue, and light colored blue over here next to me. So start up this series. It's going to be a movie about season 4 as its whole in PK. So I figured it'd be fun to kind of show y'all from start to finish as close as I can. So this is the story of season 4 PK, from my perspective, because I don't really know too much about what everyone else's will be. Everyone, and that's kind of the thing too. It'll be really fun to go back and look back at these. So kind of starting it out here, I will go back to basically our first gate taking, because as you can see, we've already made it a pretty far into Silk Road Junction right here. So we pathed from pathed all the way up here from, what gate is this? I'll just go to it real quick. So we pathed all the way from, you can't pronounce the names of the gates in this game, Astrika. We passed all the way through Astrika. Basically, we split up into divisions about how to path, and that's the reason why we got so far in a pretty short period of time. So we pathed all the way through the mountains right here. Then we cut across after taking Simi. We took Simi, and then we pathed down to all the way to Pincer and SARS right here. SARS did actually not get in until later. So we took the gate at 11 my time, or 10 UST, and then they took their gate at 1600, which was 5. So we had a 6-hour head start on them for mobilizing inside of SRJ. And I think that if they probably would have changed that up, they would have definitely gotten out of the situation that they're in right now. So right now we're at Almighty. We have, and you're probably asking yourself, there's so much red going on here, what are we doing? We actually have Ruthless, former BA, because BA split up so much. So Ruthless is actually right here on the bottom side of Almighty. We actually came to a standstill, agreement that they would just, so I'm last night they were actually pathing all the way underneath, and I had guards up on my base and everything because everyone was kind of sketched out. I mean, they could have easily sniped my base right here with everything, pushed everything right onto my base and taken it. And this was, I kind of moved here before we even knew that they were even remotely going to be doing this. So, we've got the brothers right here as well, Sir Chubbs, we've got Raging Z, and I've got my, I actually have a backup set up, just in case. So, in case I immediately get sent, I can just transfer over to the north side, and we can definitely change up some things. So, going into PvP, I don't want to talk about PvP right now because all you're seeing really is 3 teams. 3 teams is pretty much what you're seeing. I'll go through them because I'm basically hitting every single one of them. You're basically only seeing GSMs, GSM Elephants, and Oda teams if you have them. Oda is definitely an expensive one to have. Subutai, you've already got a third. You get it for free, as I've always said. So this team right here, in reality, is kind of cheap. You can use purple skills. Mugli is a 5-star. You have a higher chance of getting him. And Stealth Charge is pretty easy to get as well. Revolt and Amplified. It's obviously going to be a killer team. The second team that you're pretty much seeing is Elephants, and also this right here. So this team right here is just absolutely nuts. Gate Conquest, Encirclement. He probably doesn't have double flank, would be my guess right here. But this team just murdered my spears. I mean, it pretty much took it all hold and ripped it apart. I didn't stand a chance. And he even doesn't have all his skills maxed as well. I'm sitting over here saying, I've maxed out Persians, maxed out Trick, and then I also, Baki is definitely the last one that'll probably get his skills maxed. but they do all have traits. I have actually full traded them out, and I am still getting crushed by this team. You know, I was talking with Pantheon earlier too about kind of the rankings of teams. We kind of got into that. You know, it's sad to say that the Zane team, in any formation really, is just falling out of the meta. There's not really much keeping these guys, because they're all active based. You know, a lot of these people are either auto attack, they have guaranteed autos. You know, Oda, just because everyone attacks, you have such a high chance of everything going off on him. So, but yeah, this is a killer team right here. I really hope I draw Takeda and I can actually do something very similar, because this is a great build. What I was planning on doing with mine is just Yamato Samurai right here and Burning Sun, so I was actually going to keep that Burning Sun. My Wukui is basically taking the spot of Takeda with all the healing, but Takeda would be phenomenal. But aside from the point right there, I'm trying to see, can I just go to, if you mind, I just want to see battle. So let's go through here. I did have a decent fight against this right here. Nothing too out of the ordinary. I mean, that was, you know, the pathing team. This team right here is killer. It's just, you know, Elephant Warrior Caesar is just, it's such a good counter to everything. He's even got an exploit over indulgence on that as well. Lose, bloody battle. Yeah, I mean, that's a killer team right there. So that's basically taking a hold of any GSMs that we're throwing at him. I'm still doing a little bit of damage, but let's go to the battle report right here, and we'll probably see what damage reduction he's probably gotten up to. Elephant Warriors, so he's at 46. What's his physical? 90. You know, 90, guys. I mean, I can't get through that. There's no way that I can get through that. Oh, and Chief's Call. Actually, I'm actually doing no physical damage until turn 3. Hey, shh. Sorry. But yeah, I mean, that's brutal right there. I mean, there's no countering that with GSM. And that's also another thing that I talked about with a lot of other people too, is you know, the state the game's in, man, we gotta have some soft caps. It's just, you're starting to see it now more prevalent than ever. Soft caps basically coming in, and they're just, it's brutal. It really is. It's brutal. So this right here, he didn't win. Let's see what he's got without Caesar, because Richard's got high. Let's take a look and see what we're at right here. Richard. They just cast Elephant Warrior. He's only at 42. Do they have Chief's Call? He does have Chief's Call, so let's take a look and see whatever Charles. Let's take a look at Charles. So it's increased. So he's at 57. They're at 57% still with just 2 abilities, and they did a lot of damage for me for them not having Caesar. So, starting to see that right there. Ogress. He has Noble Knights. If he had Elephant Warriors, he would have beaten me. You know, even without Richard or Charlemagne Charles, he still would have gotten me. So that's kind of the thing that we're seeing with PvP right now. 3 main teams that you're seeing right now is Oda, GSM, and Elephants in any form or fashion. I'm really hoping I draw Hannibal. Mine, I did draw Edward. So what I was going to do is do Edward with Swift Onslaught, Elephant Warriors, and try and pull something off, because it's at least doing some damage as well. Now I've got my Oda team. As I did draw Mithridates, so, you know, this team, I hate to say it, just doesn't work without Persian, so yeah, that's mainly the main thing going on right now in the early game of PvP. Nobody's 50, right? Everyone's 45. So, it's a pretty even battlefield right now. We're basically moving in right here. We've already capped these two. Everyone's bases. This guy actually swapped sides and swapped sides over to us right in the middle of the fight. So, that was definitely an interesting one. I will say that much. Zhang's up here. I don't want to go that way. Wait, who is that? I just want to make sure I'm not hitting Ruthless. Yeah. So yeah, that's the main thing that we're seeing going on right now. So that's the main thing that we're seeing going on right now. We're probably going to take Almighty right here. And you see, the thing is, they haven't accepted the alliance that we offered up. You know, after talking a lot, it's sus. I don't quite know. I'm not particularly keen on accepting the alliance myself because I don't want to sell ourselves short this season, but what we can accomplish. We do have Forgotten on our side, so really interesting start right there. They start in the same area as us. I do think the starting regions is what this season winning, you know, whoever wins this season is because they picked the right starting region. Absolutely. Us being in, what is it, grass definitely. Grass was a tough one. I wish we had SAR starting point. We would have actually had RHB on our south, and they would have been neutral with us. So we would have also have gotten a clear path to the gate right here as well. So Arda, you know, this is our main goal right here, is to path over to Arda basically and clear up SARS in the process of getting there, because it's only going to benefit us to make our way down there and secure one of the two gates. There's no way we're going to be able to push Ruthless out while trying to handle SARS, because SARS can gain a lot of ground back if we start fighting Ruthless. So it wasn't in anyone's best interest, and this is kind of the early game. Both sides want to fight each other. Trust me when I say that. Both sides want to kill each other at this point. But we know that you can't just sit here and ignore what's going on the other side of the map, right? You cannot ignore that. And from what I know as well, RHB is going all the way against Hellraisers. So we are seeing them fight now. I don't really know how their battle is going, but I do know just by going by the cities, it looks like, I'm curious to see who owns this city right here. Hellraisers. They've almost got this entire area locked down from what I'm seeing. They took this gate right here. They've probably still got this city, if I had to take a guess. Yeah, Red Hand Band owns Purse, and so they're probably trying their best to make their way into one of these cities, if I had to take a guess. So, where do you see that? You know, this is kind of an overwhelming advantage against SARS. I mean, we were eventually going to get them by ourselves, but, you know, you have to get PvP experience to level up, and Ruthless doesn't want to be caught not having levels on Hellraisers whenever they go over there. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, it's still anybody's game. It still is. I mean, even if you go right here, you look at the rankings of the guilds, we have got so many strong competitors in this season. I want to stress that as well. You've got the Wolves and Forgotten kind of working together. No merge, but they are working together. Red Hand Band is above us. They have a few cities on us. Ruthless, Hellraisers, you know, it's anybody's game still. And it's kind of obvious that some of these do have obvious advantages. Don't get me wrong. I mean, some of these have obvious advantages. I don't really know Hellraiser's strength. Sure, they're up there in the guild ranking and faction value right now, but how they stack up being... I mean, they have near at 10k faction value. That's a good chunk. And I wouldn't say all that's from cities. They have a lot of members, though. A lot of members. If anyone's from the IC days, Insomnia won over beating a small group. Well, I should say small group. Basically, another sized guild that had extremely strong players. We won by sheer numbers. So we'll see how it works out. I am curious. I just hit a whole bunch of pathers. I did. I literally pathers. Nice. So yeah, I'll update y'all as the season goes on. Hopefully we'll see what happens whenever we go to the gates. The gates are kind of what's going to happen, and with Shell being right there as well, he's going to blockade anyone basically going in. So that's a good little throw out right there. And yeah, guys. So basically, you won't see this video for a little while, and but whenever you do, though, this will be the full story of Season 4. Well, folks, here we are. We're at the next part of the at the city. So basically, we're going to Almighty. We're gonna see if we can take it. So here we are. We'll see. I'm gonna be hitting late, but let's send out. Yeah, already. Wow.
It is a good day to die. It is a good day to die.
Yeah, oh, full screen. There we go. Okay, so interestingly enough, we're gonna see if they're gonna make a play for it. So, I actually need to stop him and stop him. That was a bit of a rush. Yeah, brought in a good point. You gotta mix in the assault with the siege. I meant to stop him. Here in about 15 seconds, I'm gonna send in again. We'll send him in. So he'll, even though it's a little bit sporadic, it still needs to happen. If the sieges all go in at the exact same time, it'll be easily countered. So I'm trying to split mine up as evenly as I can. Alright, that'll give me a little bit of leave room there. We saw Ruthless send over probably plenty of siege. No doubts there. They have plenty of siege to take whatever they want. I mean, they have, yeah, no coincidence what they have siege here for, but we'll see. We'll see, because let's just say I'm right here, so I'm getting hit. I'm getting hit. So we'll see. We'll check back whenever we're close to sieging it down. I'll let y'all know if Ruthless holds their word. All right, so we ended up getting it, and yeah, no snipe. Very, very impressive. So we ended up taking a whole lot quicker than what I was thinking. So, yep, that was very much a surprise. I don't really know how we got let me take it. I stepped away, literally, and came back and we had it. Is there like a timing on this? But yeah, so we ended up grabbing it. Oh, we got it at 25 in basically. So, yeah, showed up for that siege. I'll tell you that much. So, what's going on, everybody? So we're back at it again. We just got Arda, not but at 3 UST. I had set my alarm, and I fell back asleep because we had waited to hit the gate, and I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make this or not. So I ended up falling back asleep. So that was my B guild. I am sorry about that. Don't hate me. But ended up grabbing the Arda, and from what they were telling me about it, it was a straight snipe fest. So we actually let Hellraisers hit first on the gate. Then we basically planned out a siege assault right there at the end. And you can even tell too, there's no kill ranking because we let Hellraisers do all the work. Kid you not, first time I've ever seen a snipe work. First time I've ever seen a daggone snipe work. So, what's interesting too, we did set up this temporary Ruthless Alliance. I don't know how far it'll go. We did come to agreement with Red Handband. So we'll see where that takes us as well. So right now it is literally an alliance of Ruthless, RHB, us, and Forgotten. Right now going up against SARS, which is just they're kind of non-existent in terms of their actual fighting power. We were slowly pushing them back, and then whenever Ruthless and Forgotten came in, it was a done deal. I mean, it was a bloodbath. That was way overkill. So right now we have RHB on the backside pushed all the way out. Hellraisers controls all of Fertile Crescent. Now, one thing to consider is we only have a certain amount of time before these gates open. So that's gonna be the next planned objective. Is we have to clear. How long do we have? We have 9 days. We have basically 10 days to knock everyone out of Fertile Crescent Hellraiser. So we have a 10-day campaign ahead of us of pushing Hellraisers all the way out. And they can stall us at these gates if they play it well. As you're seeing right here, where Scorpion and Crackers lockdowns, they could seriously stall us out. They did a great job of setting up the gates to be locked down. So good on their part for holding that down. We're gonna have to, start a siege here right whenever this comes up. So very interesting stuff though. Not too much else to report. We'll see you in the next one.